On a desolate stretch of Route 274 in Pennsylvania, a chilling scene unfolded in the early morning hours of April 13, 1994. Imagine a lonely road twisting through dense woods where shadows cling to the pavement and the silence feels heavy. In the faint pre-dawn glow, a motorist stumbles upon an unsettling sight: a white 1993 Plymouth Acclaim parked askew. Both front doors flung wide open as if abandoned in a panic. The hazard lights flicker weakly, drained by a dead battery. The gas tank sits empty. Mud streaks the car, scratched exterior hinting at an off-road detour. Inside, a Hardee's meal wrapper, empty soda bottles, maps, and a pair of shoes lie scattered, mute witnesses to a sudden departure. But the driver, 23-year-old Karen Denise Wells, a single mother from Oklahoma, is nowhere to be found. Her absence turns this eerie tableau into a mystery that has haunted investigators, her family, and anyone who hears her story for decades. Denise Wells was born on September 22, 1970, in Oklahoma to William and Dorma Wells, growing up alongside a younger brother. As a child, she was kind and curious, tethered closely to her family, but her teenage years brought turbulence. Falling in with a rough crowd, she began drinking. Her grades slipped, and tensions flared at home. Seeking a fresh start, she moved to South Dakota to live with an aunt, only to stumble again with a conviction for check forgery. That misstep marked a low point in her young life. Eventually, Denise returned to Oklahoma for good, carrying a secret. She was pregnant. The father was already gone, leaving her to face motherhood alone. On giving birth to her son, William Blake, she embraced the role with fierce devotion. At Haskell Airport, where she took a part-time job, Denise worked to build a stable life for her 14-month-old boy. Yet, stability eluded her personal affairs. She began an entanglement with her married boss, Mike. In April 1994, a call came that would set her on a fateful course. Melissa Shepard, a high school friend, reached out in desperation. At 24, Melissa was spiraling, battling drug abuse, and claiming suicidal thoughts. Denise felt compelled to help. She left William with her parents, promising a quick return in 4 to 5 days, and rented a white Plymouth Acclaim. On the night of April 10th, she pulled away from Haskell, Oklahoma, into the unknown. The journey was grueling. Denise, unfamiliar with the route, got lost repeatedly, leaning on frequent calls to Melissa for guidance. By April 12th, she reached Middlesex Township, Pennsylvania, and checked into the Pike Motel at 5:45 p.m. The motel was a weary traveler's stop, its neon sign buzzing faintly, its rooms tinged with the musty scent of neglect. Exhausted, Denise told the owner she needed only a few hours to rest before pressing on. The next hours unfolded in fragments. Melissa called 4 times between 5.59 and 6.5, her voice a lifeline across the miles. At 6:30, Denise stepped to the front desk for a book of matches, a small request that would be her last sighting. Between 6:45 and 7 p.m., Melissa phoned again, asking the desk for directions to the motel. Her plan was to drive there that night so Denise could tail her to New Jersey without losing her way again. At just after 8 p.m., Denise spoke to Melissa one final time, saying she was hungry and heading to a nearby McDonald's. Then silence swallowed her. After midnight, Melissa arrived at the Pike Motel, not alone as she first claimed. She was with her boyfriend and 2 men she barely knew, acquaintances from the bar where she worked. Seeing Denise's rental car gone from the lot, Melissa went ballistic. She later insisted her panic began only when she entered Denise. The police arriving soon after her 12:49 a.m. report found the room orderly, no struggle, no forced entry. Denise, suitcase lay open on the bed, clothes beside it, her key present. A pack of her brand of cigarettes rested on the bedside table. The lone anomaly, a cigarette in the ashtray, lit but unsmoked, burned out on its own. At 5:30 a.m., 35 miles away near Tuscarora State Park, a motorist found Denise, car on Route 274. The scene was ghostly, doors agape, hazard lights dim, battery dead, tank dry, mud and scratches marred the Plymouth. Inside, police cataloged a Hardy, Smeal, soda bottles, maps, shoes, and more. Denise, birth certificate, driver's license, probation card. A small stash of marijuana, a pipe, and what looked like cocaine, though never confirmed. Her purse holding, $13.71, turned up in a ditch nearby, but the car keys vanished with her. Melissa swore Denise shunned drugs and alcohol, calling her like a sister. Yet the two men with her that night told police they searched local bars. The discrepancies piled up. A businessman reported seeing a woman matching Denise description in Schaefferstown at 11:03 a.m. on April 12. Out of gas, she'd accepted his help, claiming she'd been to New Jersey and was heading home to Oklahoma. Phone records backed this, showing a call to Melissa at 11:39 a.m. from Schaefferstown. But the timeline didn't align. She shouldn't have reached New Jersey yet. The car's ODA monitor revealed an extra 600 to 700 miles. Another twist. A call to Melissa from a Sheetz payphone in Middlesex Township 17 hours before Denise arrived went to voicemail. Melissa, with no ties to the area, claimed no memory of it. Police pressed her in New Jersey, where she initially cooperated, but later clammed up, saying she wanted to move on. Corporal Les Freeling voiced frustration with her vague answers. Though she was never named a suspect, searches by foot, horseback, and ATV turned up nothing. Sightings trickled in statewide, but none held. Months later, around Thanksgiving 1994, Michael's wife received a call. A voice claiming to be Denise said, "Tell Michael I'm not coming home. I'm already married." Skeptical, police pondered if an impostor was at play. The investigation stretched on, probing unnamed figures suspected of hiding truths. Denise's family clung to hope amid grief. Her parents raised William, who grew up shadowed by her absence. Dorma said, "I call the police once a week or so, but I try to block it out and enjoy what's left of my family." They believed foul play, perhaps tied to drugs, stole her away, yet evidence stayed elusive. In 2008, Trooper John Boardman revisited the case, asserting, "Someone absolutely knows what happened to Denise." Still, the trail remains cold. Decades later, Denise Wells, vanishing, defies answers. Did she fall victim to harm or slip away by choice? The extra miles, the Schaefferstown sighting, the cryptic calls. They form a jigsaw with missing pieces. For William, now a man, and her family, the silence is a relentless ache. Somewhere the truth waits buried, perhaps in the dense woods of Route 274, or the secrets of those who know more. One day it may surface, bringing light to a mother's lost rope.